Your quality of focus will directly correspond to the quality of the results that you attain and which you seek and have sought to accomplish. And so the quality of your focus will determine the quality of your results. Now, we are strictly seeking results in all endeavors of our life. The personal development is a means to an end. We are seeking results. We are seeking to accomplish behind the work that we put in. Now, a lot of people get lost in the sauce. They seek to accomplish, but they believe that the work is the means, but they forget that the work is just a means to the end. And so the work that you put in, the quality of, is going to correlate to if you complete and accomplish that goal. Now, most people, they don't accomplish the goal. They see the work, they put in the work, but in all actuality, they wasted their time. They gave the least that they could possibly give. And now it's the results' fault. I mean, they will blame, the lack of attaining their results on the result itself. The people that will say, oh, I worked out, but I have the wrong genetics. Or, the people that, say, I tried to make a business online, but it never worked. They failed because they didn't try hard enough. The only thing that is going to be proof of your work is the results that you attain from. So when we work out, we are doing a means to an end, to be as strong as possible, to become as formidable as possible, to assert our dominance and conquer ourselves, to become the best version of selves, to dominate our lower selves, and to show and reveal who the fuck we are and establish who we are, to ourselves, to create a better self-image, to create a better, more confident individual, to build ourselves up in a higher level, to create higher levels of self-esteem that will lead us to higher levels of execution. So we have to truly understand that when we are putting in the work is simply a means to an end. And if you're not going to attain the end result, which is the reason you're putting in the work, well, you're just wasting your fucking time. And so most people, they deceive themselves by thinking that putting in the work was enough, but then they never attain the result. But the difference between us and them is that we strictly do the work to attain the result, and our attaining of the results is the reason, we work so hard. We are working for the results. We're not working to feed our ego that we do something. Most people, they want to lie to themselves. They want to feel like they're doing something. Have you ever seen someone, put their time and energy to false productivity? Have you ever seen someone sit there and waste their time and energy being productive, but really just wasting everyone's fucking time to sit there and clean a house that is already fucking clean? I mean, guys, there's so many examples of this. To sit there and to do something while pretending it's productive when it's really just a waste of fucking time. Productivity, keyword produce, when we are being productive, when we are developing and working on ourselves, we are producing a higher quality individual to produce a higher quality of life, to produce a higher quality of existence. When we are producing and being productive, we are strictly focused on the attaining of the results, and the work ethic is going to reflect that. So when a lot of people, they will sit there and put their energy into false productivity, they're going to sit there and waste time and fucking energy being productive, but what they're really doing is lying to themselves to feed their ego that they're doing something, because they feel the emptiness within their soul telling them, broadcasting to them and reverberating that they are doing nothing and they are steadily decreasing and stagnating. And so the difference between us when we step into the gym, the difference between us when we pick up a fucking book and get competent, the difference between us when dealing with certain individuals to extract value from, to develop ourselves in a better image, the difference between the high quality individuals, the difference between the high quality conductors and the low quality inferior conductors, the difference between superior conduct and inferior conduct is the attaining of the results and the mastering of oneself to direct themselves and to elevate in quality of focus, to deliberately channel their energy, time, and attention into outcomes by reflecting the results, and the work ethic is just a means to an end. And so all these people who simply they're losers, so they lie to themselves that they do enough. They sit there and they put their time and energy into false productivity. They go to the gym, but it was never about attaining the result. It was about going to the gym, to say they went to the gym, to go throughout their day. And when someone asked them, what have you done today? They say, I went to the gym. But they didn't go to the gym to become the strongest version of themselves. They did not go to the gym to exercise the resistance that has weighed them down. They did not go to the gym to attain the results and to be the best and healthiest and fittest version of themselves. They simply went to say that they went. And so the big difference in the gap in between why we are us and they are them, and we can see the fucking gap, it's very fucking obvious. The reason they are them and we are us and they are not and we are is because we are formidably, we are aggressively, ferociously, and offensively moving in the fucking direction of the results behind the work. And so all this work that we put into ourselves is corresponding to a result, a tangible, physical outcome, a manifestation complete. All these peoples, they're not looking for the results. They say they want the results, but the reason they haven't attained them in a specific duration of time is because they've been lying to themselves to jack off. They're literally mentally ejaculating to the fact that they did something when they didn't do shit because they don't have the results. You went to the gym to feed your ego. You said you were going to do this to feed your ego. And you can tell the difference between who's getting results and who's not getting results by the way they pursue it. By the way you pursue it. They wonder why we're so fucking intense. They wonder why we're so formidable in execution. They wonder why we are beasts coming for what the fuck we know we're worth. They wonder why, but they never actually wondered why the fuck they're not. Well, it's because we're obviously attaining results, and the work ethic that is reflecting from us seeking to attain the results, that is what they're questioning, but they're not questioning their lack of results, and why the fuck they haven't attained anything through all the times that they've went to the gym, or through all the times they did a certain thing to attain a specific result. And so we are correlating and modulating and sequencing ourselves to specific outcomes. And so the way you're going to attain this goal is to go in to the gym and not give a fuck about what anyone has to say. You're going to be so focused on yourself that in your peripheral vision, you're not seeing anything. You are so focused on the weights. You are so determined to achieve your goal that's how the fuck you're going to get your results. By doing nothing but waking up with the intention to gain those fucking results, to make those gains, to put in those pain, to push your limit, to maximize yourself, and to see what you can be when you truly put in the effort you know that you can put in. And watch as that work ethic that you've been reflecting to attain that result starts reflecting everywhere else. You wonder how people can be good at one thing and another thing, and they're just an overall masterful individual. It's because they've mastered directing their energy into certain outcomes by increasing the probability of that outcome unfolding by the increase of intensity and the increase of variables that will allow them to attain that goal. And then you have to understand that there's degrees of the goal that you attain. And so you may attain your goal, but then there's a further degree. You can take it up a notch. If you are, at a certain level of intensity, and you increase the variable on that intensity, the degree of the result that you will attain from upping your level of your input, from charging yourself to discharge more energy into your personal input, into your personal development, you will see that the results you attain, they're going to reflect the level of intensity and the level of energy that you put into yourself. And this is why I always say reality is a fucking reflection of you. And the results you attain is going to be the reflection of the work that you put in. And so your goal is to focus on the work you put in and to give it your absolute best in all, and you will see the results reflect. They're worried about the results, and they're lying to themselves that they're putting in the work. We're worried about the work, already knowing we're going to attain the results because of how fucking hard we work. And so every day we wake up with the intention to be the best and nothing less. And when we feel like being less, this is when we chain our lower selves to the fucking wall and beat it with a baseball bat. This is where we demonstrate who the fuck we are, and we go in with even more energy to demonstrate what the fuck we do when we feel like being lazy. It's that fucking simple. Peace.